What invention is so good that it actually can't be improved upon? I've heard the pincetta machine in bowling alleys has never had a redesign. It was perfect already. It depends. The fundamental mechanisms behind it has stayed the same. But different pincetters have made minor adjustments to make common issues, well, less common. As of modern day, new high-end pincetters have actually no perceivable way to change their core design. But yeah, this was what I was gonna say too lol. Near perfect for its purpose. Who the duck are you? The pincetta person? A mirror is as good as it gets for its usage. The XLR cable. Until they can beam something directly into your head, we kind of hit a dead end for perceived sound. The simplicity of what a cable can do by allowing both AC and DC power to flow through, so you can power and draw signal from a microphone. Plus the fact it's so simple to remove the noise you get from outside interference makes it even more genius. Paperclip. Last major patent was in the 1880s. Pizza. You can change it up. You can ruin it. And you can fold it half like a crazy calzone munching madman. But you can't beat perfection. The calzones betrayed me. It's about the cones. The brick. It has been made of mud. Then mud with straw. Then mud with clay. Then finally with clay alone. That is as far as progress has taken the brick. In the, guess, 8,000 years since it was invented. And it is still in use today. Someone, lost in the obscurity of ancient history, realized that you couldn't build really strong stone structures with irregularly shaped small natural stones. And hewing huge lumps of stone into regular shapes was just ridiculously hard work. That person also observed that mud that fell into a fire was left hardened when the fire died down. So they figured that if you shape mud into regular shapes, big enough to carry one in each hand, you would have all the advantages of small irregular stones and large geometrically carved stones, but with none of the drawbacks of either. This thought must have taken a second to dawn on the inventor. The practical work to prove the concept must have taken a weekend, at most. Perhaps a week or two to get the shape just right. And here we are, thousands of years later, and the damn thing has barely changed at all. The hollow concrete block is a major improvement. It's way more widely used around the world. And rubber is important, too. I'd say nail clippers. Rich and poor people all use the same thing to clip their nails. Rich people pay poor people to clip their nails for them. And those poor bastards use the same nail clipper the other poor bastards use. Zipper. Best way to merge in traffic. Rubber bands. They work. When I was a kid, rubber bands would last for years. Now most of them fail within a year or so. Because they removed the cocaine. The pocket. A knife. It can do anything. Soup. Poop. The basic sewing needle. It really hasn't changed in thousands of years. There is no need for change. I'd argue that sewing machines are just advanced sewing needles. I still can't figure out how they work. I've seen animations and videos of the mechanics, but my brain refuses to process it, and it looks so simple. Almost too simple. The spoon is a pretty incredible invention. It can often sub as a fork or a knife, and it has a great name. Those special self-stabilizing spoons to help people with hand tremors feed themselves are pretty cool. Over-engineered for most people, but I'm happy they exist. I should make a self-stabilizing soldering iron. I have a moderate tremor and I can do most things, but I can't ducking solder. And I'm an electrical engineer. The soda can. The physics behind it have been perfected. There is a cool YouTube video about it. Link. b/Hugh Hissy Tooth Christ. Thank you. What kind of plebeian says there's a cool video on it without a link? The steam turbine. It is such a useful way to convert heat into electricity that it would not be surprising to see one strapped to a fusion reactor if one ever get built. They're already strapped to fission reactors. That's pretty good, I'd say. Yeah, the steam turbine inventor was way ahead of his time. He really was a visionary. Plates. You can get the ones that don't smash. It's too good. Edit. Why is this my most upvoted thing on Reddit? Why? But thank y'all for your upvotes. Zooples. Holy shit. I haven't thought about those things in years. You've just awoken some long forgotten memories. Windshield wipers. My engineering professor always lectured us on how perfect the design is and how new changes made are strictly aesthetic and don't work any better. Until they invent one that cleans the whole window instead of just parts of it. Easy fix. Make the windshield in the shape that the wipers wipe. Does cheese count as an invention? Yep. It's the final step of a specialized process. The specialized process of forgetting milk for a while. Fire cooking. We've been trying to improve it for almost 2 million years. God, I hate electric stoves. I hate electronic stoves, but love electric ovens. The Schrader valve used to inflate your bicycle tires, car tires, tractor tires, etc. was patented in 1893. It is still used in virtually every tire on the planet. And now you know its name. Edit. My top comment ever. My ego is, like, inflated. Thanks. I'm going to go out on a limb and say a doorway. It's a portal. Plain and simple. An ancient invention that allows us to pass through walls. Sounds pretty awesome when you put it that way. I dunno. Sliced bread is pretty hard to improve on. Plus it has made life easier for pretty much anyone who enjoys bread. I present to you double cooked sliced bread. I'll toast to that. Garlic bread. I actually have an important question along these lines. Is there a sub 4 stories about reinventing the wheel? I often have a seed of an idea or a problem to solve, and then I develop that idea into a better idea. After X number of iterations I realize I've just reinvented something which already exists. Is there any sub for such? Chopsticks. Talk about consistency. It has been the same way for I have no idea how many years. But can you imagine a Bluetooth chopstick that can play music? When will the chopstick companies get it together? Would it play chopsticks? Brooms haven't changed, no matter how hard Swifter tries. I agree. Brooms really are as good as it gets. Brooms came close, but brooms are definitely the best way to sound like a car. And me mom's car. Broom broom. Scissors are the perfect tool for cutting and shaping material that will likely never be improved upon. Hoodies. Cold. Hoodie. Underdressed. Hoodie. No bra. Hoodie. Hot. Hoodie. Rainy. Hoodie. Dead inside. You know it. Hoodie edit. Punctuation marks. Need a makeshift goalpost. Hoodie. Duct tape. I have to disagree. It can be improved upon. It can be rebranded as duct tape. Apostrophe. Duck brand duct tape is a thing. Hitachi magic wand. Ravioli. How else you gonna encapsulate cheese inside a noodle? Pierogi. They are a type of Polish dumpling. They are like ravioli, except you pan fry them instead of putting them in sauce. And a wider variety of fillings. Most cultures have some type of dough with filling. Dumplings. Pierogi. Ravioli. Momus. Empanadas. Wonton. Etc. It's because they are always delicious. People really having trouble understanding the question on this one, and are just posting things they like. My favorite one was the guy saying the shovel is perfect and hasn't been improved upon. Meanwhile somewhere out there this very second there is a sad and forgotten excavator that is doing in a minute what a shovel would only manage in a day. A really good grilled cheese sandwich. Some good bread. With good butter. Some good cheeses. With some heat and attention. Got 'em. It's ducking delicious. I prefer a nice MLT mutton. Lettuce and tomato sandwich. Where the mutton is nice and lean and the tomato is ripe. Aside, I was at my cottage over the weekend and I had to cut some grass. I forgot my lawnmower, but I had an old scythe in the garage that I inherited a long time ago. I was just keeping it as a decoration and memento and never thought of actually using it. I was bored and I had some time, so I sharpened the blade and went to work. I don't know the first thing about scythes or even how to properly use them. I just started swinging it. I couldn't believe it actually cut grass and weeds. The longer I worked, the more detailed I could get with where I swung it. 2 hours later, I had cut the lawn, cut down some tall grass on the edge of the property, and had started cutting down some light brush that I thought I needed a brush cutter for. This scythe must be decades old, but it still works better than my lawnmower, edge clipper and brush cutter. All without a motorized engine. And bonus, you get to look like a psychopath swinging a scythe around in your yard while you do it. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.